Warning! Blind Sally is going to rant about the game Resistance 3 in this Let's Play of the game Resistance 3. But before that, we'll enjoy these opening title credits, the title screen, the opening cutscene. We'll enjoy all that. Any moment now. I swear it's going to load. Okay. Welcome to the Resistance 3. So we're going to start a new campaign. I'm going to play through on the normal difficulty. I played it on Superhuman, and I didn't find it that difficult, but it would require a lot of trial and error deaths at points, so we'll just skip that. The game is asking me if I want to retain any weapon progression from previous sessions. I will address that later, but we won't keep any of the upgrades from previous games for this one. So we're going to start totally fresh here. Totally fresh.
I killed Nathan Hale. I had no choice. He was becoming one of them. He could have stopped me, but I think he wanted to die. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Even in death, Hale continued to fight. Dr. Malikov found a unique protein in Hale's blood. He isolated it, created a vaccine. Finally, a cure for the Chimera virus. We were all inoculated, saved again by Hale one last time. Hale was the hero, and I was the villain. % of the world's population had been killed or converted by the Chimera. Those of us remaining did what we could to remind ourselves we were human. Susan and I found each other, fell in love. We both wanted to forget the past. We vowed to stop fighting and start living. I kept that vow as long as I could.
So already I have alarm bells going off in my head. So Capelli, this jerk of a character who I talked about in the prologue video, he's got married and settled down. Okay.
Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, sorry to wake you. Did you have a good sleep? Dale said he's got your bullseye ready at the range. Thanks for staying up with Jack last night. Oh, I didn't think he'd ever get to sleep. Maybe he had another fever. Or maybe he just wanted to spend more time with his daddy.
So he's got married, he's had a kid, and settled down, and it sounds like he's pretty well off, happy family man. Good for Capelli, but this isn't the tortured individual that I had been promised Insomniac. Anyways, the opening of the game lets us wander around the human base, outpost. Provides a little bit of atmosphere, a little bit of flavor. If you're feeling some Metro Last Light vibes, I will point out that Resistance 3 came out before Metro Last Light. No, the aesthetic that
Good morning, Joe.
Resistance 3 really borrows from is Corbett McCarthy's The Road. Specifically the film, not the book.
Hey, Joe. How's Jack doing today? Poor kid sounded like he was coughing up a lung last night.
Morning, Joe. Say, listen, Dale's got your bullseye ready. But watch it, he's mighty cranky this morning. Been that way since we ran out of bourbon. And needs his bourbon.
You can't really interact with anyone. You just walk near them and they'll start talking to you. There's not a lot to do around here.
Good morning, Joseph. I'm making a new sweater for your boy. Double knit. Should keep him nice and warm.
As you can probably guess by the way people are living, humanity's not doing too well.
Hey, Joe. Checked on the garden this morning. Goddamn tomatoes are frozen. But the peas and beans still look good.
Hi, Joe.
One of the things that the Chimeran towers do, aside from explode when we blow them up, is act as giant terraformers, so the planet is slowly freezing.
Here, got your bullseye all fixed up.
Ah,
I ain't fired it yet.
this section.
You know how I feel about working on these goddamn alien things.
So with each Resistance game, it has gotten progressively more handholdy as far as teaching you how to play. Resistance 1 threw you right into a level and had you learn the gameplay on the fly. Heck, Resistance 2 did the same thing. Resistance 3 has an actual tutorial section where we stand in a firing range and shoot at dummies. It's a bit disappointing.
Try whacking this dummy for me.
Yeah, we even have to try the melee.
Okay, let's see the Magnum.
Anyways, a lot of returning elements from previous games. The weapon wheel from Resistance 1 is back, which is great.
Mind showing my mom how you fire a Magnum?
We've also got the Chimeran Bullseye, one of the best FPS guns ever, I would swear, returning. As well as the HE Magnum from Resistance 2.
Show her how to detonate the rounds.
Ah! Looks dangerous.
That's kind of the point, Ma.
Just got some EMP grenades from a group in Fort Gibson. Why don't you give them a try?
I will admit, Resistance 3 has a lot of charm in areas.
Looks like you're good to go. And just remember who worked all damn night to get those...
Oh no, they're here. Joe, Death Squad is coming into town. Come on.
Let's all get to our stations and stay quiet.
Convenient, right? The moment we finish the tutorial, enemies show up.
Tommy Dean, tell us what you saw.
About a dozen hybrids. And a stalker. Headed right down Main Street.
Okay. Everybody to your scouting positions. Stay hidden. We'll let them walk through town and move on, just like last time. Got it?
We know that's not going to happen.
Lester, Joe, get to the bowling alley. Nate and his boys will be waiting for you.
You got it. Come on, Joe. This way.
In the fine Resistance tradition, there are lots of relevant maps and charts and posters scattered throughout levels. I will take quick peeks at them as I can, but I won't promise to look at everyone.
They're right outside the street. Stay low. Wait until they pass by, then get into the tunnels. Come on. Let's stick to the tunnels.
This section has some great War of the Worlds vibes to it.
We gotta meet up with Nate at the bowling alley. Come on.
The Resistance series always seems to have been at its best when they've been aping from War of the Worlds and other sources.
Don't let him kill us.
Sweet graphics engine lets us see our hands while we climb ladders. Absolutely brilliant. And that right there is the remains of a spire attack.
Sounds like they're gone. Yeah, I think they're gone.
Oh, no, Nate. You've ruined everything.
Christ, let's go! Hybrids!
All right.
Spread out. Move behind the trench. I got the one on the right.
So once again, the Bullseye is one of the best weapons, specifically for its tagging and homing bullet functionality. Now, as you saw in the opening cutscene, Capelli has been cured of the Chimeran virus. So unlike Resistance 2, he doesn't have regenerative health capabilities. Any bit of damage we take, that's it. We have to heal it by finding health packs. As so. So the homing bullet capability of the Bullseye is a great way to avoid taking damage. That said, even on superhuman difficulty, there are enough health kits around that running out of health never really feels that big of a deal. Playing through, there are only a couple of moments where running around on a sliver of health, trying to dodge bullets, really occurred. And while it could have been more tense, like I say, there's a lot of health around. Anyways, this section is great. As as ultimately mediocre as Resistance 3 is, it does have some great set pieces. Having you start the game by fighting off a stalker was a great idea. This was genuinely fun. Unlike Resistance 1, where you really needed to get in behind the stalker to shoot at its exposed, heated core, the new ones don't have such a glaring weakness, so you kind of just shoot at it as quickly as possible. As I shoot at things, you may also see a little icon with the meter fill up with the weapons' names appear on the screen sometimes. That weapon progression that I nixed at the beginning of the game, well, how Resistance 3 works is your weapons have different levels. The more you shoot enemies with those guns, the more experience they get, and the more they get upgraded. These upgrades are sometimes minor, sometimes really sweet, and it does allow for a little variety in the already quite large variety of guns you have. It's just a little bit frustrating in that you sometimes have to grind up weapon levels by letting yourself get killed and restart checkpoints at parts in the game. I'm not really gonna do that. If I do, I'll do it off screen and cut out the deaths, but yeah, for the most part, we'll just let our weapons progress as they will naturally through the game.
Get him out of sight and get back underground, everybody.
All scouts, report in.
North Outpost, clear. South Outpost, clear. West Outpost is clear.
Tommy Dean, report in. Tommy Dean, do you read me?
Susan.
Uh-oh.
Joe.
No Tommy Dean. Guess where we're going
I
next.
thought I lost you.
I'm okay. How is he?
Oh, fever's down. A little. Joe, I can't reach Tommy Dean.
His radio's probably out again.
Should I send Lester?
All right. I'll check it out.
Called it.
Joe. Be careful.
Hey, so far the only old Capelli that we've had from Resistance 2 and Project Abraham is the fact that he wears chimera teeth on a necklace around him. That's kind of cool and hardcore. Yeah. Where's troubled, angry Capelli? Instead, we have stoic, loving father Capelli. It's not the same. Ah, those glowing yellow canisters are... what? Chimeran blood or chimera juice? Chimera something? They're super great at healing. They're what we use for our health kits, and they're chimeran something, hence the yellow color. I don't know exactly what it is. Yellow Kool-Aid, maybe.
How'd they find us, Joe? We've been off their radar for months. Something's up. I can feel it.
It's the same chalkboard logo we saw in that room earlier, so... not all of the posters and charts are worth looking at.
Chelsea operator, this is Haven. Do you read? Hog shooter operator, this is Haven. Do you read? Repeat, hog shooter, this is Haven. Do you read?
Keep trying.
Joe, honey, are you there? Bobby saw a dropship coming into land near you. Be careful.
Here, take these shrapnel grenades. Dale packed them good and tight.
Although the shrapnel grenades look like trash, they function like the grenades in Resistance Fall of Man. So you throw them fast, you throw them far, they explode quickly, and they kill Resistance. They kill, I guess they do kill Resistance. They kill Chimerans really quickly. Just taking a peek at our guns. If you want to pause and read the explanations, you can. You can also quickly see what the first and second upgrade are when you upgrade them. Our bullseye is almost at the next level, so that's good. We're going to keep using it, and we'll use it a lot, so having it be upgraded is a good thing. This is a great section too. This whole opening is it's really good for setting the tone. Great atmosphere. Can't hide up here. The Chimera will climb up to find you. The enemy AI is pretty good in this game. I quite like it. I'm starting to run low on health, so I'm going to start moving forward. That's one thing that not having regenerating health forces you to do in this game. You do got to keep moving. You got to make sure you're scrounging up health kits as you keep fighting. Chimeran hybrids, you can actually see this. They do carry health kits, like this guy right here. So kill him and pick up that health kit, and we're just a little bit healthier. One thing that you may notice that may not be totally obvious, if you shoot their heat stacks, you can cause them to overload and explode, killing the Chimera. Now this is something that was sort of hinted at in Resistance Fallen Man, but never implemented. Resistance 2 didn't even implement it. I really like that you can do that here. If you cause enough damage to the heat stacks, they'll start beeping, they'll start flaming, the Chimera will start screaming and drop their weapons, and then just explode. Field Commander General Cartwright. Yeah, that's the same Cartwright from Resistance Fallen Man. So if you're a fan, he's still around. Now this Freddy guy on the radio, they're trying to do the whole Henry Stillman thing that they did in Resistance 2. And unfortunately, Freddy just lacks the charisma. His radio broadcasts just are a pale shadow of what Henry Stillman's are.
It ain't like no storm I've ever seen. Come on, I'll show you. Hybrids in the cornfield. Get ready.
That could have gone better. Oh, that beeping sound you heard was Chimera's heat stack overloading and exploding. You may have also noticed that Chimera make a very distinctive roar when they die, which is great when in the heat of the moment you're just sort of firing bullets wildly or into a cornfield. You can always hear when you've killed your target, so you can move on and shoot something else. Max Payne 3 did sort of a similar thing where the screen would flash whenever you actually killed a guy, so you could focus on shooting as many people as possible in bullet time. Now, Resistance 3 doesn't have bullet time, but I appreciate it regardless. It's a nice little gameplay tick. I'm glad someone's keeping count.
Work, Joe. Come on, let's get to the ridge.
Anyways, that's it for the first episode. See you next time.